Hi everyone, it's Liam here from Rating the Races. So let's do some reviews of today's racing. There's another correction I've got to make, not another correction, but a correction I've got to make about one from yesterday. And we'll also have a look at the NAP competition, which ended today, the weekly competition did. So first of all, the weekly competition looks like it's been won by Lena. A very short price winner on the final day. Independent Act, their NAP won. You can see that it was drifted. So if they'd taken the XSP, they would have won the NAP competition even easier. But they will get a premium upgrade and cash prize and a free bet. So I will sort that out for them tomorrow. First of all, I want to talk about a horse from yesterday that I mentioned in the last race of the day. I said Brawson and then talked about Just the Man. Just the Man is the horse that I was interested in, not Brawson. Just the Man was held up, given a very confident ride, probably too confident. I think can definitely go close off a similar mark. On to today. The first horse I wanted to talk about here was a horse called Yorksea, who was having his first run for Gary Moore. I thought it was a hugely eye-catching run. It was his hurdles debut for Gary Moore. All of the others had hurdle experience. He got shuffled back. Looked like he was going to disappoint or finish where his price suggested, 33 to 1. He was meant to finish 8th of 9, but then ran on really strongly for third. Now, I'm not suggesting this horse is going to win a Triumph Hurdle, but I will be very interested to see his next couple of runs, what they do with him, and if they try and aim him at the Fred Winter. I thought the way he ran on up the hill here demonstrates that the Cheltenham Hill at the festival would be fine. Also, if he is well handicapped, obviously it's a thing that Gary Moore is very good at, and with that experience under his belt, the Fred Winter could be something that they may aim Yorksea at now. Talking of the Fred Winter, last year in the Fred Winter, we had Riviere de Tel at quite a big price. And she ran okay. She ran her best figure, 151.8, when she finished 7th. So we didn't actually collect on her then. I think we advised it something like 16, so we advised her. But it was great to see that the thoughts I had in terms of that she had ability have come to the fore today, winning a novice chase. Granted, she got all of the weight allowances, the mare's allowance, the 4-year-old allowance, and she hadn't won a race over fences or a novice chase over fences. So she was getting all of the allowances, but she couldn't have been more impressive when she beat Cape Gentleman and Embittered. Both of them are good, solid yardsticks. And I saw a tweet from someone earlier today. Who would I prefer in the Arkle out of Riviere de Tel and Third Time Lucky, who also won today? 100% Riviere de Tel. I think she's got a lot more going for her. I think she's going to be a graded horse where I'm not sure Third Time Lucky is. I think he's going to just fall short and be that type of horse that finishes 5th or 6th in graded races. If you class that as a graded horse, then okay. But I don't think Third Time Lucky will win the Arkle. So Riviere de Tel, I thought that was very impressive. Keep an eye on her. Yes, she's going to start losing her allowances, but as novice chases go, that was very, very impressive. Moving back to Cheltenham, the Paddy Power Gold Cup was won by Midnight Shadow. Protector Rep and a Screamer for second. Just didn't quite. It didn't look like he had the pace, because they went a really strong pace here. There was some interesting and some good runs from Lawler. Dostalfield came from out of the clouds for 4th. Our selection, Spirit the Games. This is a case for me of a bit like Champagne Well. I am not giving up on Spirit the Games. Spirit of the Games' form comes on soft and heavy going. When I see a horse that I'm really keen on, sometimes I have to back it even if the going is wrong, because if it goes in, especially at 33 to 1, how annoying would that have been? If it goes and wins at 33 to 1 and you're like, oh, the going I don't think is right for it. I don't think the going was right for it, and yet he still actually ran a really good race. He's finished 9th, but he wasn't beaten that far. If you take the winner out and you take Protectorate out, the rest of them are pretty close. Softer going, I think Spirit of the Games will drop a couple of pounds. Hopefully, come Caspian Caviar Gold Cup Day next month back at Cheltenham, the ground, it would have rained. It'd be softer going. I think Spirit of the Games will probably go off 33 to 1 again. If you actually watch the ride given by Bridget, I think she knew from an early stage that he wasn't liking the going and he was finding everything happening too quick, because she never really asked much of an effort from Spirit of the Games, and he's got round just comfortably, really, without actually having a race, in my opinion. So, although we lost today on Spirit of the Games, a bit like Champagne Well, hopefully next time we'll get better conditions or get conditions to suit and can go in at a big price. We were obviously lucky with Champagne Well at 20s, 20 to 1 at Plumpton after pulling up. So finishing 9th for Spirit of the Games, I'm not completely, I haven't given up on him at all. The next race I want to talk about is, again, the horse that we backed here, Benson. Travelled really well, arguably travelled as well as Unexpected Party, who was probably given too much to do by Bridget. But again, you look through his form, it's all come on soft and heavy going. A lot of his form is on heavy going. His last 3 runs had all been on heavy going. He ran that 124.8 when he won at Hereford in a novice hurdle, beating nothing. That was on good going. The next 3 were all on heavy going. So as soon as he gets cut in the ground, I think there'll be a much better performance from him. As returns go, if from a handicapping perspective, I thought that this will be perfect. I think Dr. Richard Newland will be very happy with that. He travelled well, didn't pick up when asked, will be much better on softer conditions, and the handicapper may well even drop him £1 or 2 for that. So don't give up on Benson. The next race I want to talk about, and there was 2 in this. I don't actually need 2 of these tabs open then, do I? 2 in this that were very, very interesting. Obviously, the winner. What a performance that was. She's now won twice at Cheltenham. She came from the back of the field to win. Interesting, last year's winner, El Est Bell, went on to finish 3rd in the champion bumper, straight from this race. They didn't run again. Ishkara Lady also wasn't seen until March, when she contested a novice hurdle and disappointed in that. But I'll be very interested if Bonte goes straight to the champion bumper, if they keep her own bumpers at all. I think the way she's won today, that was super impressive, and you can't, I can't knock the form at all, and I think they'd be foolish not to take their chance in the champion bumper after that. 3 wins, very impressive today, has course form. What's not to like about her? I don't actually see her priced up at all yet in the champion bumper. The other horse that I'm very interested in going forward, and I think this one, if with a bit of careful planning, can go well potentially in, I'm almost thinking like if they can go over hurdles next time, and then, sort of finish in the same positions. Mayhem Maya travelled really well today in that mare's listed bumper. Down the inside, didn't get the clearest of runs and didn't pick up when they came sweeping around the outside. Don't give up on Mayhem Maya, especially if you're on today. If you weren't, then you've lost nothing. But if you were on today, I thought she has run a really good race, and just something caught my eye with her performance, that I think she might be better than that going forward, potentially when she goes over hurdles and into handicaps. So I have actually missed a horse. Looking at my notes, I wanted to talk about one more in the Paddy Power Gold Cup, and that was Simply the Bets. Simply the Bets has finished 6th today after 364 days off the track. He actually finished 6th in this race last year. I thought that this was a very, very good return, finishing 6th. He's just faded at the finish, which after 364 days off the track is not no disgrace to him. the likes of Midnight Shadow and Cool Cody, who were making most of the running, or right up there, had runs this season, so they had the fitness. And for a horse to try and go with them with that fitness, it was no surprise to see Simply the Bets just get tired late on. I would not give up on Simply the Bets. Again, he could come back for the Caspian Caviar, where he'll be fitter, and I think Paul Nicholls could have, he'll definitely get him back to near his best, and that could well be good enough to win a similar handicap. So definitely don't give up on Simply the Bets either. I thought it was a very good run, considering all the conditions the horse had, including the very long layoff. So there's a few horses that I want to keep an eye out going forward, particularly Simply the Bets and Spirit of the Games. Next time out with a bit of cut in the ground. Benson also wants cut in the ground. And York Sea is one that I've just got earmarked for the Fred Winter already. Looking forward to tomorrow. We've obviously got Ballyandy in the Greatwood Hurdle. The ground is definitely a concern for me. I was hoping there would have been a bit of rain. It's November. Surely we can get good to soft in places, but no, at the moment we're getting good to soft in places, which probably isn't going to be soft enough for Ballyandy. But the same again with Ballyandy. If he disappoints, don't give up on him, because of the ground would have been against him. If he does run well, then great, but the ground is definitely a concern, and even if he runs poorly tomorrow, I won't be giving up on him. So there's my thoughts for today and looking ahead tomorrow. If you're finding these interesting or useful, do let me know. I want to know that you're actually listening and interested, rather than me doing these and nobody's really that bothered. So do let me know. Send me a tweet, send me a DM, send me an email. We've had a few emails. But yeah, thanks for listening, and good luck with all your bets tomorrow.